Welcome to the first story of the new season of Continuum Media. I'm excited because in this story, we're gathering 150 leaders, key leaders from across the nations of Asia together for our Model the Future Summit, Leadership Summit in Sriracha, Thailand. This is an amazing testimony to the fact that as we build relationships with leaders, great things can happen. Better than policy, better than organizational structures or strategies or any of those kind of things. But we're going to see in this story how a group of leaders from many different nations, nationalities, languages come together in the love of Jesus and what that produces down into their churches across the nations of Asia. We're seeing some exciting things all the way across from Pakistan, Nepal, all across Asia into the Philippines. Thousands of people are getting their lives touched with the gospel of Jesus Christ.
Leaders from a dozen Asian nations descend on the Victory Asia headquarters for the Leadership Summit called Model the Future. We kicked off the three-day event with a covenant ceremony, inviting Pastor Chaminda Waragama and his ministry team from Sri Lanka into the Victory Asia family. The celebrations continued as a look back at this year's wins brought a sense of accomplishment and momentum for what's ahead. In Thailand, new ministry is springing forth with the next generation of young leaders poised to lay hold of victory for the nation. The team will work together with Dr. Al Purvis in building the Mother Church, Sriracha Victory, to create a working model for Thailand Victory churches. Hua Hin and Padia Ministries are also seeing a new level of fruitfulness. Several training centers across Asia are seeing an explosion of growth. Pakistan and Cambodia's Christian elementary schools are at full capacity and are expanding their buildings, while Nepal, Philippines, Thailand, Malaysia, and India are seeing their Bible training centers training up more leaders than ever before. Sri Lanka, Philippines, and Burma are seeing thousands of souls coming into the kingdom with programs like campus ministry, evangelism camps, and relationship building being the keys to reaching the lost in these regions. The annual Victory Asia Leadership Summit is meant to empower our team across Asia in the next season. Meetings are for fellowship, listening to God, and prophetic declaration for the corporate body and individual ministry. This year's summit, Model the Future, has set a new standard for our team to reach, teach, and mobilize using every available means at every available time, and pass this model on for others to follow.
I promise you today, from the Lord, from the Word of God, because I read today just now that God is speaking.
If you've been doing the same thing for 10 years and it's not working, don't you think maybe it's time to change?
It is our duty to humble ourselves. We have been commanded in the Word to be humble.
If we are standing on the wrong ground, it's a very dangerous thing.
God says, just as surely the dream that's in your heart today will come to pass.
This summit was so so amazing, and I think really it's brought a tremendous clarity to me as a leader, where I can see the fruits of the things that we planned and the vision that we follow, the tracks that we run on, and they begin to bear fruit. And now it's not only just, I think this is going to happen, I believe this is going to happen. Now we're seeing it happen.
I came here and I always feel Father's love, Father's Spirit on me. And apostolic anointing is growing, I can see it even. So I'm taking all this energy back to my country, and I'm going to lay my hands on my leaders.
The Spirit move, and then the model in order to develop leaders, and then in order to become a bigger church.
This year, God has given us a new province, new provinces and states to the TLCI, and we really have 60 students come around representing around 18 states of India.
And I really hope to see in the next 12 months, I want to see our church grow really more and more, and have a lot of more leaders.
This year's summit was awesome. The theme for the summit this year was building models for the future. We believe we have a tremendous future in the Philippines. We're looking at planting 6 new churches this year. We're looking at expanding our Bible school, looking at seeing a whole lot more people won to Christ, a whole lot more disciples made, and in the future, sending out missionaries all over Asia. So building models for the future today, building today's leaders for tomorrow, building today's churches, building churches today for tomorrow, Bible schools for tomorrow's leader.
One of the tenets of our ministry in Victory Asia is that we work together through relationship rather than through the control of money or policies or any of those kind of things. And when you see the tremendous camaraderie, the tremendous closeness that can come among brothers, a group of brothers and sisters who have banded together in one common vision and one common purpose to reach the nations of Asia with the gospel of Jesus Christ, what a glorious thing it is. And we see what we're seeing today, this model of what we're seeing today, is only a small picture of what we're going to see come in the future. That's the glory of modeling the future. What we see today is a small picture of what our future looks like, and I'm so excited about that. And if you want more of this principle, very powerful principle right now that's shaking these nations and building something solid, you can go to our website and get a new book written by Pastor Rich Conte, our apostolic leader in the Philippines, and myself. We co-authored this book called Covenant of Brothers, and it is a moving, if I can say so myself, testimony of how working together takes us to a new level of release of spiritual power and authority. And that's what you're seeing working in this story today. So thanks so much for joining us on Continuum today. Come back next week for more Great Commission action from this side of the Continuum.